Rising. Hello, 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 hello. Do two things as you come in. Hit like. You're watching on Facebook, and share this to your page, to your timeline. Do those two. And if you're watching the upload on YouTube, make sure you are a subscriber. Thank you for the digital love. Subscribe to the Queen of Credit channel on YouTube. And hit that bell besides the subscribe button to notify you whenever I upload or go live on my videos. So going right into the topic. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for the digital love. My friend and I were discussing, having a very good conversation on yesterday that I want to share with you all about why people that earn under $35,000 a year, right? Earn under $35,000 a year, why they get these big tax returns, kind of like a low income Kanye West tax return, right? Kanye West was bragging on getting back $68 million. So why they get $8,000, $10,000 a year, right, on tax return? Now, some of those people lost that money this year with Trump's new tax laws. But why they average $8,000 or $10,000 a year get back tax return? Well, usually they have to have more than one or two children, right? And so they have to have 3 to 4 kids to get their child exemption, and they have to be low income. There are different types of income class. You have low income, under $35K a year. Then you have the middle class, which is about $40,000 to $100,000 a year. I really think under $50K should be low income, honestly. Good morning, Smith. And then you have the upper class, which makes $100,000, and they're thousandaires, right? And then you have the rich. You have the rich that makes or are in the millions of dollars a bracket, right? And so the government knows that, hey, if we give these people, because usually people that make under $35,000, $40,000 a year have a certain type of a mindset or mentality, right? And if we give these people the majority of the income tax return, they are not going to do wise things with their money. They will not think about getting out of debt. They will not think about investing. They will not think about doing anything productive, because the way the federal banks operate is they make money when people get in debt. So these people will have a consumer's mindset, meaning they will spend and go on shopping sprees. They will go on vacations, right? And they will say, I'm living my best life. Or I'm going to be ghetto rich for 3 to 4 months. They usually upgrade televisions every year because, they don't read many books. They upgrade televisions. They overspend. They don't care what the financing fee on the vehicle would be. They don't care about the interest rate. They don't look at the whole purchase price. They just say, can I afford the monthly payment? And they put thousands of dollars down on a vehicle in which they can't afford, and months later it'll be repossessed. So the government wants these type of people to have more money in their hands. Thank you for the digital love. Because they want them to put the money back in the economy. And so when I teach people the 4 quadrants of who pay the highest taxes, right? That means for every $100 that you spend, you only bring home $60 of that. So these people are not getting a whole lot of taxes taken out of their paycheck because they're not making a whole lot of money. And they choose for 8 months out of the year to struggle and live paycheck to paycheck and not try to focus on obtaining skills and knowledge to get more income, just to live their best life 3 to 4 months out of the year of what they consider their best life. And they know that these people will just spend. So then you have the middle class that earns $40,000 to $100,000, and they, along with the upper class who makes 6 figures a year, pays the government more in taxes. It comes out of their paycheck. They pay the government more in taxes. They finance the 6-figure homes for years, right? They get the luxury vehicles that they can't afford. And their paycheck is mainly towards, I get paid, I pay it, my taxes, and this is how that cash flow works. And then I pay my bills, my car notes and expenses. And then whatever I have left, I spend it in vacationing, using credit cards, because it's not really actual money that I have, and looking to par, right? You gotta have the luxury vehicle, you gotta have the over 2,000 square foot home, and you'll pay double for that home if you don't get a financial education on how to pay your home off in 5 to 7 years. And so you got the upper class who the government loves to tax at 30%, because if they are making $100,000 a year, they pay the government $30,000 of it. No, $35K a year, not a week. I'm talking $35K for a year. Now, I don't know if I have a typo in my caption, but I'm talking $35,000 a year. These are, see, the government study your spending habits and your mindset better than you do. That's what people don't understand. They know you better than you do. Your credit card companies, Visa, MasterCard, Discover, Amex, they know you better than you do. They know what seasons, what holidays that you'll spend minimal, and then when you'll start doubling up your payment. And they know your spending habits. They know you better than you do. And so the middle class are the ones that saying, hey, well, that's the way the government play. I have to pay more taxes, which that's why the middle class is shrinking. Because with inflation, which means the prices of everything goes up in this economy, in this world, and except your paycheck, except your pay, which makes you have to work more hard for those dollars now, because now it's taking 5 times the amount of $1 to buy something today than it took just 10 years ago. Right? It's taking $3 now to purchase a gallon of gas, whereas 10 years ago it took $1 or $1.50. So not only does the middle class and the upper class don't, Junior, I have no idea what you're asking. $35,000 a year working a job. What you mean by doing what? Working a job. Rockefeller. That's a good middle name to have. Junior Rockefeller. I'm talking about people who earn $35,000 a year working a job. Their mindset. That's why the government, that's why on average, if they have more than 3 kids, they get $8,000 or $10,000 back a year. And between inflation and taxes that the middle and upper class pay more of. Now, why doesn't the rich pay much in tax? Because they understand how to play the game. What the government does for corporations, right? For people that will employ these people to work for them, is they give them tax breaks and incentives. So if you have any type of business to add to your paycheck, that's why I open up a home-based businesses. And this is what the rich understand, and the rich also buy things and hold on to them that would give them tax breaks. They buy homes and rent them out, whereas the middle class buy homes and spend thousands of dollars a year to live in them. The rich buy homes and put occupants in it so other people can pay them to live in. The middle class buy luxury vehicles. They like living their best life too. The rich buy luxury vehicles to rent out to other people who pay them to drive them, and then they drive them as well whenever they want to. Robert Kiyosaki, if you have not studied him, please do follow him. Go on his YouTube that teaches Rich Dad Poor Dad. Says something very profound. They ask him, what is your, you are a billionaire. What is your best investments? Thank you for the digital love. And he said, real estate. I love real estate. I love anything, that's God made. They're not making any more land. I mostly apartments and hotels are my investment. And he said, I love debt. He said, because the middle class think debt is bad. Debt is only bad when you use it to buy things that lowers the value or depreciating value. He said, during the crash of 2008, I borrowed from the banks that was tax-free $500 million to invest in apartments and hotels that pay me every month. Because the rich don't work for money. They understand how to make money work for them. And not only is he receiving payments every month, right, from having occupants in these apartments and hotels, but the payment that he receives every month is tax deductible. Whereas that's why a lot of the middle class, yes, he invests in real estate and he invests in debt. Now and also you all need to watch Byron Allen, Breakfast Club interview. They asked him, where did you get $300 million from to invest in your business? He said, I borrowed it. That's how rich and millionaires are made. And they said, you didn't use any of your own money? He's like, no. I thought to myself, why would he? When you can use someone else's money, the bank's money. And see, another thing the middle class do, they look at hard money lending to get into the real estate, which is you have to have assets, the interest rate is really high, and then you have a time frame to flip that house. Then when you flip a house, you have to pay capital gains tax. Now you're back in the tax world. You ever want to stop living paycheck to paycheck, you have to pay less taxes, and you have to use credit to produce more money by getting cash flow and assets. And so that's what it is. We were also discussing, she and I, how that we are resources, human resources to the government. Meaning that the government does not look at us as human beings. They look at us as, okay, you are workers and I'm going to tax you for your labor, your intellectual knowledge that you are giving to the workplace every day. So that's why when you get a job or you apply for a job, they tell you to go to where? Human resources. And that's why you are taxed high as an employee. But what they do to business owners and corporations is they tax them less because they know these people will hire people like yourself that will pay them higher in taxes. And you are the federal bank's human resources to get taxes back and to pay the highest amount of taxes because they're printing out free money, cheap, free money. And they want to make you work harder for their money. So they tax you higher. So, hey, I'm signing off. You all definitely need to start studying the economy. You definitely need to start studying the 1930 bank collapse. Start studying when the United States went bankruptcy under President Roosevelt in 1933. How citizens was going to the banks trying to retrieve what was money, real money, and still real money today, not currency, which is paper money. They was trying to retrieve their gold, and the banks did not have it. And they're chaotic, and that was leading into the Great Depression. And why you need to study that? Because many economic experts feel like the next recession that we're about to enter and experience soon is going to be similar to the Great Depression in 1929. So study that, and then study in 1934 how the federal banks confiscated or took people's gold, right? Took their gold, made it illegal for them to own that gold and money. They would have 10 years in prison or $10,000 fine, and no one knows, exactly what happened to that gold as of today. So definitely study your history. Have a great day. Hit like and hit share, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button.